This pre-workout is packed with some insane benefits, and here's why you need it. This is a massively packed pre-workout without stimulant, no caffeine. It is a pump-based formula with nitrates, pump boosters, all kinds of nootropics. So that means you're getting something that'll help with focus and blood flow. When you have better blood flow, you're gonna have better workouts, better performance, better recovery, and basically your muscles are gonna get bigger. This thing is almost empty. There's like 1 or 2 servings left, and I have been enjoying it. I've been using it in all kinds of ways. I'll get to how I use it in a second. Now, let's dive into what makes this pre-workout a game changer, starting with the ingredients that sets it apart. Starting off with vitamin B3. So this is niacin. Niacin supports energy metabolism and improves circulation. You'll get that flushy blood flowing feeling that people complain about when they take this. So you'll feel like a flush going on in your face. This is a energy and circulation booster. The next ingredient is vitamin B6. So vitamin B6, this is actually in the most bioavailable form. This is in the proper form of P5P. We're getting a nice 5 milligram. So this is going to be useful for protein metabolism, cognitive development. So this is going to be good. So vitamin B6 is essential for protein metabolism as well as mental development. So there's some cognition boosting benefits to this, basically regarded as the protein and brain supporter. Then we have folate. This is an ingredient that will help with pumps. It's a cell growth helper kind of thing. It helps with repair. It's crucial for cell growth. So you need it if you're in the gym working out. Vitamin B12. So B12, we all know what this does. It increases energy. If you're on a stim break, vitamin B12 is good to have. Sodium, it has electrolytes. It helps with performance. You gotta have sodium if you want to perform at your best. Citrulline is dosed at 10 grams. This is gonna help with blood flow, helping maximize your recovery, allowing you to put in more work into your workouts before feeling fatigued. More blood flow means you'll get more nutrients and better recovery between sets and workouts. The next ingredient here is tyrosine. Tyrosine is a mental supporter kind of thing. It helps with the production of dopamine and those feel-good neurotransmitters, especially useful if you're sleep deprived. Especially useful if you're sleep deprived. So if you're lacking in sleep and you take tyrosine, this will help increase alertness, mental energy, just keeping you awake. And then tyrosine is dosed at 3 grams. So this is a big dose. Then we have not 1, but 2 forms of nitrates. Arginine nitrate, 2 grams, as well as betadine nitrate, also at 2 grams. So 4 grams of betadine nitrate. So nitrates is super useful. So nitrates is super useful for blood flow. It helps with pumps, meaning you'll feel fuller and you'll feel bigger. Not only that, but it also reduces blood pressure. So if you have elevated blood pressure, this might help in some way or another. No medical advice here, just a bro advice type of thing. If you take it, this will help increase pumps through the nitrate pathway, which is different than what citrulline does. So combining both, you're getting best of both worlds when it comes to pumps. Then we have Vasodrive at 1 gram. That's a big dose. Vasodrive is basically a vessel relaxer. So it'll allow for more blood flow as well. Combining all these nitric oxide boosters will get you pumped through different levels and pathways. An amazing thing to have. Then we have Himalayan salt. This is part of the sodium that we talked about earlier. It'll help with hydration, performance. You gotta have sodium if you're working out. You gotta lose that when you're sweating. Then we have choline. Choline is in the form of cognizine, 500 milligrams. This is a premium dose of choline. This will help a lot with mental focus because it can help with the neurotransmitter that helps establish that mental mind to muscle connection. So it's also combined with Alpha GPC, which is also a full dose here at 300 milligrams at 90% extraction. So that is a high dose. Combining both, you should be getting like increased focus and concentration through different ingredients, which will be super useful. And not only that, but it's combined with huperzine, and huperzine, it helps prolong the effects of increased of that neurotransmitter that's increased. It'll help prolong it'll help prolong the effects of that increased focus, that increased mental concentrate, the increase of it'll help increase that concentration and elevated focus that you get from two forms of choline. And huperzine is great to have. Then we have estrogen, the last ingredient. This will help you absorb all the ingredients in here by increasing the bioavailability of everything. But that's a big formula. Now, this isn't just a pump formula. This is best of both worlds when it comes to nootropics, energy, as well as pumps, but without that caffeine. Now, why might you go for this instead of a caffeine pre-workout? Well, you might be on a stim break. You might want to sleep at night. You might want to work out in the evening, or you might just want something to stack with your existing pre-workout or fat burner. If you do want to stack this, I would go with a pre-workout that doesn't have this much citrulline or very minimal citrulline, because you don't need more than 10 grams of citrulline. If you do take more than 10 grams, you might have some upset stomach, but there's nothing too dangerous when it comes to that dosing when you go a little bit higher than 10 grams. But there's no need. You're going to be wasting your money. What I would recommend is taking a high stim pre-workout or a pre-workout without citrulline, like Wrecked and Raged, or a fat burner, which would go great with this formula, because those two options do not have citrulline or nitric oxide boosters. And although Wrecked and Raged does have Alpha GPC. But how is the experience? Because I use this and it is different than the other pump formulas that I'm used to. So when I'm taking a big formula like this, there's usually all kinds of pumps coming from all angles, like different layers. We're talking about the citrulline, the agmatine. So these nitric oxide boosters, they increase blood flow, they increase pumps through different pathways. But when we add on stuff like glycerol, it helps with the water retention, thus giving that wet water pump, which some people don't like. So this is a dry pump. This is certainly a dry pump type of formula where I'm working out and the muscle fullness is there, but I definitely do see that there's no water pumps. It's just a purely dry pump experience where there's fullness and I feel really good, but it's not painful, but the pumps are there and the fullness is there. It's maxed out, but it's at the same time, it's not as painful as something with like those water-based glycerol pumps, because I really notice the fullness and the pain that comes from all kinds of nitric oxide boosters, and combining glycerol just adds another layer. But that does make that water wet look that some people don't like. Some people just want that dry veiny look. But I really enjoyed this. My recovery was really superb during workouts, and between workouts I would not feel sore. And working out at my max, I was able to breathe easier. I felt like I was maximizing my efficiency, especially when I combine this with Transparent Labs Build, which has mushrooms, which helps with endurance. But combining this with that also helped a lot. But with the pumps, it was fantastic. I was feeling full, dry, and I was looking really nice. And it wouldn't take long for me to reach that state where I was like, I'm pumped and I'm feeling really good. And I felt really good taking this, because I would combine it with like a stimulant pre-workout, and I would really notice how much better I would feel when it comes to breathing, especially if it was like a hardcore pre-workout. But this was really nice. I really like this one. I do recommend it if you're looking for like a dry pump type of thing. This is ultra pump. So it does also combine nootropics, which I find really helps with focus. And having three forms of, not two or one, three forms of nootropics that are high quality, high patented forms like Alpha GPC and coenzyme Alpha GPC, by the way, what's it like? It helps a lot with strength and muscle, which is so that's why it's the preferred form of choline in pre-workouts. But all in all, fantastic. I really like this one. If you do want to get this, you can check out the link in the description. I would recommend it. It is a bit expensive not for a, but it is expensive because you're getting a pump formula. That's all you're getting, right? If you want to add your own caffeine source, this would make it complete, and caffeine is cheap. So in that case, it's not too expensive, but hey, it's worth it. If you use my discount code, you get a bit of a discount, FitFrick. But check out my website, fitfrick.com, for other options as well as my other videos. Thank you so much for watching. You're a legend. See ya. If you're curious about trying this out, hit the link below and use my discount code. Trust me, your workouts will be much better. If you want more no BS supplement reviews, hit that subscribe button and check out my latest reviews. You're not going to want to miss them.